Bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Laurel Hess and this is Comcast Newsmakers. Our topic today is the Detroit Pros, an international basketball team. Here to discuss it with us is the owner of the Detroit Pros, Darryl Greene. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me a little bit about the Detroit Pros. This is a professional basketball team, a brand new one now in Metro Detroit?
Yes, it is. The Detroit Pros is a part of the International Basketball League. This league is basically comprised of professional athletes who play in various countries around the world. What they do is they'll come home during the off season, play in our league, and have NBA scouts and other scouts from other leagues come and take a look at these guys in hopes of getting a contract for the upcoming season.
What made you decide to put together a team like this? What's your background, and what made you decide this was what you needed to do or wanted to do now?
Well, I've been an NBA agent since 1999. I represent some players now, and I've had some opportunity to send some players to some NBA teams and have them, take a look at them. Sometimes these guys don't actually fit into the scheme of an NBA team, so they have to go elsewhere and play temporarily. So what I decided to do was form a team where these guys can come home and play in front of these scouts in hopes of getting another opportunity. So me being an agent is kind of in my blood.
This team will play April through June. The first exhibition game begins April 8th. Where, when, what's the nitty-gritty if folks are interested in checking the games out?
Well, we'll be playing at the Inkster Recreation Complex in Inkster, Michigan on Middle Belt Road. That'll be April the 8th. That'll be our first exhibition game. And following that, we'll have our home games at Romulus High School in Romulus, Michigan.
Where do the players come from? What caliber players are they? And are they coming from all over the world? Are there any from Metro Detroit?
Yes, there are. I represent a guy by the name of Albert White, who's from Inkster, Michigan. He's a former McDonald's All-American high school player, played at the University of Michigan, and then went on to the University of Missouri to be the Big 12 Player of the Year in 1998. Wow. He's a guy that I represent who's playing professionally in Korea now, and he'll be on my team. Also another guy by the name of Guy Rucker, who played at the University of Iowa, who's also from John Glenn High School here in Michigan. He'll be a part of the team as well.
Who will you play against? Where will the other teams be coming from?
Well, there's a couple of teams here in Michigan. There's a Battle Creek, Michigan team. There's a Grand Rapids team. There's a Macomb County team. There's also teams in Dayton, Ohio, Akron, Ohio, Youngstown, Ohio, Peoria, Illinois, and other parts around the country.
How will you be funded? Will you rely on ticket sales, sponsors? How are you going to make all this work so that hopefully it's successful from year to year?
Well, it'll be various different projects. We'll have ticket sales, sponsorships, just going out and producing revenue by doing business and involving the community and getting everyone involved. I think that it'll be fun.
Is this a dream come true for you to have your very own basketball team?
Yes, it is, and also to have these guys be able to play at home in front of family and friends. When these guys are playing in other parts of the world, their family don't get a chance to see them play. Like, how are you doing over there? They're happy for them because they're doing well, but in order, to be able to see these guys and watch these guys play at home, I think it's a real benefit, and that's the part that I'm most proud of.
I hate to do this to you, but how are you different from the Pistons? That's a good frame of reference, right? Everybody's seen them play. They know the caliber of play. They know what to expect. How would you compare the Detroit Pros?
Well, I can't really compare it to the Pistons because the Pistons are world champs and they're a fabulous organization, but my guys are very hungry. The Pistons, those guys are basically set. They have great careers. They're probably, content with their careers. My guys, they're very hungry. They want to get to the NBA. They want to make the Pistons roster someday. So they're going to get out there and they're going to do a lot of things that probably an NBA player wouldn't do on the court.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and thanks for bringing yet another basketball team to Metro Detroit.
Thank you.
Today's Comcast Newsmaker was the owner of the Detroit Pros, Darryl Greene.
The preceding has been a presentation of Comcast Newsmakers. Now back to CNN Headline News.